Alright, cool. There's some geese. They're so awesome. They don't really do, like, they don't fear whatsoever. They're the best birds. Yeah, no, they seem like the best birds that I know. But, yeah. So it's windy. I don't know if anything will even be remotely picked up or anything generally. I usually don't wait, like, until the sun's in this part of the sky. So it's like, I don't know. Like, it's a stone's throw away from familiarity at this point. But, whatever. So, yeah, no, I was thinking, what was I going to talk about? Yeah, I kicked a pine cone that was partially frozen to the ground. This is the only thing that I thought it's the only concise point I'll make, probably. Because I always ramble. It's like, just rambles. But, yeah, no, it was partially frozen, and it had more give, like, or like more like pickup or whatever. Like, it just went, like, it had more weight and, like, energy to it when I kicked it. And then I just thought that, like, it's so awesome how people who wing it, because, like, I wing it, like, I don't actually study. Yeah, it's windy. I don't actually study, so it's like all these, like, this nuance of, like, existence, like how I actually understand things, like, that maybe is, like, harks to, like, like hundreds of years ago when people were just kind of, like, in the dark about things, and then, like, their own personal experiences, like, was, like, basically science, I guess, which is totally awesome. And I wonder why people were failing themselves for so long, except for, like, like where it was like Egypt and the Middle East and, like, all those places, libraries and shit, which is totally awesome, and where I'd want to live rather than, like, anywhere else. Like, so many places had it wrong, I guess. The more I learn about history, the more I realize that, like, like, culture has existed. Like, I don't study culture either. I just kind of, like, have a. So I couldn't. Yeah. So it's another one of those, like, winging it with culture. It's like, well, I guess that they were comparable, or whatever. Like, I don't know, but yeah. It's cold enough that my hands are getting cold. So cold. Yeah, but geese are. I don't know that. I can't tell if, like, I can't tell if it's windy or not. I forget what this picks up. It probably picks up the slightest, like, wind, and then, like, the iPhone, and then, like, gets, like, all, like, yeah, like, it's just like exuberant, like, because I can hear my breathing on these, so I know that it's, like, could be, like, very sensitive. So yeah, so we're just kind of winging it. Yeah, that's the only thing. And then, like, jams are cool, like, stuff that I've put on my iPod, and, like, I think a lot of people probably, like, assume that I'm listening to the radio or something. Like my computer actually made it so, like, to give me, like, another iTunes session of, like, getting music onto my iPod, which is totally awesome, and I'm stoked about. It's like, there's almost like 2,000 songs that I didn't have on an iPod, and that's awesome. So I don't know. It's a decent mix of, like, melange, so, or whatever. So yeah, it's cool. I don't really care though. Like, I'm just, like, every day, like, I just care less and less about, like, perception and, like, anything like that. And I'm, like, I'm not the person, like, asking the questions anymore. Like, everything is a bit more subtle with me, and then, like, society has its place in my life somehow. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, so, and then like, I don't know, like my image is still probably like the most like that I like don't have a handle on, because I wouldn't say the most, but I don't know what I'd be weighing either way, but it's still like Toronto is always a crapshoot. Rather, I'll be like, just like, so I don't know, it's like, like if you were a mutant and you were a human, like, help me, like, it would just be like, fuck, like, so, like, how it goes, I guess. I think it's a lot more sane than like any other way of being, it's like, how can you look at yourself in the mirror? Not anyone I know necessarily, but like I think that a lot of people's take on me was like, I don't know how he can look in the mirror or whatever, like he's so crazy, like can't look in the mirror, I don't understand him. I think that was like, which is actually like, that's a good take on like what it was or like what it is or what it has been or whatever. So I don't blame people who would be like, he's a monster, like, but when I was 19 though, I've always had these image problems, but like when I was 19 I was probably like young looking, but I never thought I was young looking, but I never really had a mirror, so I didn't look in the mirror, like, fuck, like all that stuff, totally awesome, like, okay, cool, so I captured those geese, I hope they don't have souls or whatever, or, no, alright, so anyways, alright, see ya, bye.